Prashant.
Yes, sir.
Prashant, screen is visible, correct?
Yes, sir. Visible, sir.
Okay. Which is the next hour after this class?
What, sir?
Which is the next hour after the after this class?
BMC, sir.
Okay. Please ask others to join quickly. We'll start the class. In the last class, I have derived an equation, correct? I have derived an equation. Rectangular cross section, correct? This equation I derived in the last class. Okay, I hope this derivation is clear for everyone. Okay, still if you got any doubts in this derivation, you can ask before moving on to the next derivation. Okay, circular elongation of tapering bar of rectangular cross section are derived, correct? Okay, if you don't have any doubts, I will move to the next derivation. Okay, that is where it went. Okay, a similar kind of derivation, that is elongation of tapering bar having circular cross section. Okay, we will derive the equation for elongation of tapering bar having circular cross section. Write the headline: elongation of tapering bar having circular cross section. Okay, elongation of tapering bar having circular cross section. Any of the question may be asked in your examination, either it may be circular cross section or it may be rectangular cross section. Now we have already derived the equation for the elongation of tapering bar of rectangular cross section. Now we will derive the equation for elongation of tapering bar of circular cross section. Okay. Screen is visible, correct, students, for everyone? Am I audible? Please reply. Aman Kumar. Prashant.
Visible, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Visible,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. Now we will derive the equation for elongation of tapering bar of circular cross section. Okay. Write the same kind of figure. Okay. The derivation is 70% similar to the previous derivation only, but here we need to take the circular cross section into account for doing the derivation. In the previous derivation, we have taken it as rectangular cross section. That's it. Okay. Now consider a tapering bar. All of you please write along with me. Don't simply listen to the class. All should write. Consider a tapering bar having depth or diameter d1 on one side. Okay. Diameter d1 on one side. Uniformly tapered to diameter d2 on the other side. Okay. Having a length of L. Having a length of L. Okay, students. Consider a uniformly tapering circular bar having diameter d1 on one side, uniformly tapered to diameter d2 on other side with a length L, total length of L. Okay. Now consider an element of strip. Consider an element of strip of thickness dx, okay, of thickness dx at a distance x from one end. Okay, consider an element of strip of thickness dx, okay, at a distance x from one end. Okay, let d be the diameter of the element of strip. Okay, let d be the diameter of the element of strip. Okay, in the previous derivation we used to consider width b, b1, b and b2. Here d1, d and d2 diameter. Okay, because it is having circular cross section. If I write cross section at this element of strip, no. If I write cross section at this element of strip, what will be the cross section, students? What will be the cross section? If I write the cross section here. What will be the cross section if I cut the bar? Okay, uniform tapering bar here, and if you see from this side, what you will able to see? What will be able to see? We will be able to see a circular cross section of diameter d. Correct? You will be able to see a circular cut portion with a diameter d. Okay, circular cut portion with diameter d. Okay, student, this much is understood, student. Consider a uniformly tapering bar. Okay, with diameter d1 on one side, uniformly tapered to diameter d2 on the other side. Also consider an elemental strip of thickness dx at a distance x from one end. Let d be the diameter at the elemental strip. Okay. Now change in the diameter. Change in diameter over length L will be equal to how much? Change in diameter how much, students? On one side d1, it is uniformly reduced up to d2 over a length of L. Therefore, this change in diameter will be d1 minus d2. Okay, d1 minus d2. In the previous derivation, what was it? It was b1 minus b2. Here it is d1 minus d2 with respect to diameter. Okay, change in diameter over a length. Therefore, rate of change of diameter will be equal to rate of change of diameter over a length L will be equal to d1 minus d2 divided by L. Okay, d1 minus d2 by L, almost similar to the previous derivation. Okay, instead of b there, here we have, instead of width, here we have the diameter. That's it. Okay, we will equate it to a constant k. Okay, to make the calculations easier, we will equate this whole term d1 minus d2 divided by L as k. Okay, now you calculate diameter at this section dx. Okay, therefore diameter at the section is equal to, therefore diameter at the section will be equal to, diameter at the section will be equal to, see how to calculate diameter at this section. Original diameter d1 minus, it is uniformly tapered to d. Okay, d1 minus change in diameter over length x will give diameter at section dx. Am I right? d1 minus change in length over change in diameter over length x. Okay, d1 minus change in diameter over length x will give this diameter d. Okay, therefore d1 minus change in diameter over length x. How we will calculate? You know the rate of change of diameter. Okay, you know the rate of change of diameter, that is d1 minus d2 by L, or k multiplied by x. Okay, will give diameter at the section. Okay, that is d. That is d. D is equal to d1 minus kx. Is this understood, students? Almost similar to the previous derivation only, no? Therefore, diameter at the section d equal to d1 minus kx, where k is d1 minus d2 divided by L. Okay, if you know the diameter at the section, you can calculate the cross-sectional area at here. Okay, you can calculate the cross-sectional area. Therefore, the cross-sectional area is equal to, okay, cross-sectional area is equal to, we have the formula of pi d square by 4. Pi d square by 4 is equal to pi into d is d1 minus kx whole square by 4. Okay, d1 minus kx whole square divided by 4. Okay, students. Now cross-sectional area of the section is known. Length of the section is how much? Okay, let me denote it by A, capital A. Okay. Then length of the section. length of the elemental strip or section. Strip is equal to L is equal to how much it is? Length of the elemental strip is dx. Dx is the length of the elemental strip. Okay. And let us take P as the force acting on the tapering bar. Axial force P as the force acting on the tapering bar. Okay. Now we know the formula for extension of a bar. We know that delta is equal to, what is the formula? PL divided by AE. Am I right, students? Extension of a bar, delta is equal to PL by AE. Okay, now initially what we will do, we will calculate the extension of elemental strip. Okay, therefore extension of elemental strip will be equal to, therefore extension of elemental strip is equal to, I hope you are all following the derivation. What we have done, initially we have calculated the rate of change of diameter. Okay, knowing the rate of change of diameter, you will be able to calculate the diameter at the section D. You got it as d1 minus kx. Knowing the diameter, you will get the cross sectional area. Length is known. Okay, force P is acting. Okay, E is the Young's modulus. Okay, therefore extension of the elemental strip is equal to delta strip. Okay, I'll denote it as extension of the elemental strip. Delta strip is equal to PL by AE. Force acting, P is force acting, it is P only, and L is length of the elemental strip. You are calculating extension of the elemental strip, so length corresponding to elemental strip is dx. Okay, here we have the value P into dx divided by AE. A is area at the section. Okay, area of the section at the elemental strip. It is also known pi into d1 minus kx whole square by 4. I'll substitute pi into d1 minus kx whole square by 4 into E. Understood, students? Now we are calculating extension of the elemental strip. Therefore, delta strip is equal to, okay, so I'll take the 4 to the numerator, 4p by pi E into d1 minus kx whole square. Now you know the extension of the elemental strip means increase in length of the elemental strip. Okay, if you want to calculate the total extension of the bar, okay, extension of the full bar, then you need to integrate from 0 to L. Therefore, extension of the bar is equal to, therefore extension of the bar is equal to delta, okay, overall extension is equal to integration from 0 to L 4p by pi E into d1 minus kx whole square. Okay, therefore delta is equal to 4p by pi E is the constant. I'll take it outside the integration. 0 to L, the variables left out are, see, into dx I left, no, here, into dx. So it is dx divided by d1 minus kx whole square. Okay, now we have to integrate. How to integrate? Delta is equal to 4p divided by pi E, integration from 0 to L. Okay, I'll take to the numerator, the denominator part is there, I'll take it to the numerator. It becomes what? d1 minus kx to the power minus 2 into dx. Okay, now you can do the integration, correct? you can easily do the integration. Therefore, delta is equal to constant 4p by pi e, you keep as it is, into integration of x square is what? d1 minus kx, okay, minus 2 plus 1. Minus 2 plus 1 means it becomes minus 1. Okay, I will directly write it. Minus 1, okay, divided by same the same power I'm writing the denominator minus 1 into differentiation of this term into minus k. Have you understood the integration part, students? From 0 to L. Okay, this is very basic, basics of the mathematics which you learnt in PUC or in your engineering. Okay, integration of this part will be d1 minus kx. Okay, we need to increase the power by 1. Okay, if you increase, then it becomes minus 1. Same power, you take it to the numerator minus 1 into differentiation of this term minus k. Okay, delta is equal to, you should be careful in doing the integration. If you commit any mistakes, you will not get the right equation. 4p divided by pi into e, minus 1 into minus k, it becomes plus k, correct? And it is a constant. I'll take it outside the limit. Therefore, d1 minus kx to the power minus 1, I'll take it to the denominator now. What if I take it to the denominator, what it becomes? It becomes 1 by d1 minus kx, all to the power only 1. Integration limits from 0 to L. Integration limits from 0 to L. Now you can apply the limit. Delta is equal to 4p by pi ek, applying the limits 1 by d1 minus kl. Now I have applied the upper limit, minus lower limit is 1 by d1 minus 0. K into x value is 0, 0. It becomes 0. Okay. Now, okay. Now you calculate the value of d1 minus kl by substituting the value of k. Okay. d1 minus kl is equal to d1 minus k value. We are already known with k value. It is d1 minus d2 whole divided by L. d1 minus d2 whole divided by L. Okay, d1 minus d2 divided by L. So if you further simplify d1 so k value is d1 minus d2 divided by L into L is left out. I'll write the L, left out L here. So both these L values got cancelled. Finally, what I'll get? d1 minus kl is equal to d1 minus d1 minus into minus plus d2. Okay. So d1 gets cancelled. Finally, the d1 minus kl value is d2. Okay. d1 minus kl value is d2. Any doubts in this calculation, students? d1 minus kl is there now. In this k value I substituted d1 minus d2 by L. L got cancelled. So d1 minus d1 minus into minus becomes plus. So finally d1 minus d1 it will be 0 plus d2 is remaining. I return d2. Okay. Therefore, value of this term is d2. Okay. Therefore, rewriting the above equation. Therefore, delta becomes 4p by pi ek into 1 by d1 minus kl is d2 minus 1 by d1. Okay. Therefore, delta is equal to 4p by pi ek into, again you simplify this term, bracket term d1 minus d2 whole divided by d1 d2. Okay, therefore 4p by pi e. Now substitute the k value. What is the k value? d1 minus d2 by l, correct, into d1 minus d2 divided by d1 d2. See, these two terms gets cancelled. Finally, the left out equation is, you take L to the numerator, it becomes 4PL divided by, in the numerator, what you will get, pi E into d1 d2. Pi E into d1 d2. This is the final equation for elongation of tapering bar of a circular cross section. Any doubts, students?
Say explain
Any
once again.
doubts? Huh? You want me explain? You want me to explain once again?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll explain. See, now we want an equation for elongation of a tapering bar having circular cross section. Okay, we want the equation for this delta. Okay, for that, consider a tapering bar. Okay, a tapering bar of diameter d1 on one side and uniformly taper to d2 on the other side. Uniformly taper to d2 on the other side. Okay. Also consider an elemental strip of thickness dx. Okay, thickness dx at a distance x from one end. Okay. Let d be the diameter at this section, whatever we have considered. Let d be the diameter. Okay. So if you write the cross section at here, no, you will have this kind of circular cross section of this tapering bar like this. Okay, here on the right side I written the cross section. Okay. Now initially what you have to do now, you need to formulate the equation for this diameter d. Okay, you need to formulate the equation for this diameter d. To formulate the equation for this diameter d, first you calculate the change in diameter over a length L. Change in diameter over a length L is d1 minus d2. Okay, d1 minus d2 is the change in length, change in diameter over a length L. Okay, therefore rate of change of diameter will be, if you divide this term by L, you will get rate of change of diameter. Okay, now to make K. Okay, we have equated the rate of change of diameter to K. Now knowing rate of change of diameter, you can calculate the diameter at the section. Diameter d you can calculate. How to calculate diameter? Original diameter d1 minus change in diameter over a length x will give diameter at this section. Okay, original diameter d1 minus change in diameter over a length x will give diameter at the section. Original diameter was d1 minus change in diameter over a length x is rate of change of diameter multiplied by length x. Okay, rate of change of diameter is k multiplied by x will give change in diameter over a length x. Okay, original diameter d1 minus change of diameter over a length x will give diameter d. Now we got to know the equation for the diameter at the section. If we know the diameter, we can easily calculate the cross sectional area using the pi d square by 4 formula. Okay, pi d square by 4 pi into where d is d1 minus kx whole square by 4. So now we got the equation for cross sectional area A. We know the length of the elemental strip. Okay, it's dx. Okay, it's dx. Knowing the cross sectional area and length of the elemental strip, you can calculate what is the extension in the elemental strip. Okay, using this formula, that is PL by AE. Delta is equal to PL by AE. What is the first step? Formulating the equation for diameter and calculating the area, or calculating the area of the area of the section is the first step. Okay, length is already known. Second step is applying the formula for calculating the extension of the elementary strip, that is PL by AE. Okay, we know the force P value, that is P only, and length of the elementary strip is dx. Okay, I have substituted here. Area of the cross section of the section we know here, it is pi into d1 minus kx whole square by 4 into Young's modulus E. You keep it as it is. Okay. By doing this, you will get the extension of the elementary strip. I have simplified this above step in the second step. Okay. Finally, we will get 4p by pi e divided by d1 minus kx whole square into dx. Now you got extension in the, okay, extension in the elementary strip. If you want to calculate the total extension of the bar, then you need to integrate. You need to do the integration from 0 to full length L. Same term I have integrated from 0 to L. After the integration, okay, now I have taken all the constants outside the integration, only variables I have kept inside the integration. After that, I have performed the integration and I applied the limit. Okay, finally, after applying the limit, I got this equation. I got this equation where we got one term here, d1 minus kl. Okay, d1 minus kl, I have simplified again by substituting the value of k here. Okay, d1 minus kl, d1 minus d, k is d1 minus d2 divided by l. After simplification, you will get the value of d1 minus kl as d2. Okay, therefore, instead of d1 minus kl, I have substituted d2 here. 1 by d2 minus 1 by d1 you get. On further simplification, you will get this equation. Again, finally, if you substitute the value of k here, this d1 minus d2 on numerator and denominator will get cancelled. Finally, the equation is 4pl divided by pi e d1 into d2. Understood? Understood? Understood, or still you want me to explain once again? No problem, you people have to understand. If you want, I will explain once again. Understood, students? Any doubts here? Prashant? Pawan?
No, sir. Understood, sir.
Vamsha Krishna?
No, sir.
Okay. So to this elongation of the tapering bar, I having uniform cross section is, uniform circular section is over. Okay. Now there are two more derivations, very simple derivation. Okay. Elongation due to self weight. Read the headline as elongation due to self weight. Elongation due to self weight. Read the headline as elongation due to self weight. Very simple derivation. If you are thoroughly understood these previous two derivations, no, definitely you can understand this particular derivation. Next hour, whose class is there, students?
What, sir?
Next hour, whose class is there? Which sir
BMC.
is handling next hour?
BMC.
No, sir. Which professor is handling?
Ganesh, sir.
Ganesh sir. Okay. Elongation due to self weight. Again, in this elongation due to self weight, no, there are two derivations, students. In that first one, you write. First one, elongation of bar of uniform cross section due to self weight. Elongation of bar having uniform cross section due to self weight. See students, in the previous derivation, we have determined equation for elongation of a bar subjected to external force P. Subjected to the external force P. Okay, we have determined the equation for elongation of a bar subjected to external force P. Now, in this derivation, we will be determining elongation of the bar due to its own weight. Due to its own weight. For that, I will consider a bar. Consider a bar okay, a bar having uniform cross section. Having uniform cross section. I will consider a bar having uniform cross section. Okay. Now you can see on one side it is fixed, on the other side it is free. Okay, it is freely hanging, correct? Now what we have to do, we have to determine when at this condition it will be increasing in its length, correct? Okay, we need to find equation for that elongation due to this, due to its self weight itself. Okay. Okay, and the bar is having uniform cross section. Okay, now we are determining elongation of a bar having uniform cross section due to its self weight. Okay, for that, consider a bar of uniform cross section. Okay, bar of uniform cross section which is freely hanging it at its one of the end. Okay, here also same principle we need to adopt to derive the equation for elongation. Also consider an elemental strip. Okay, also consider an elemental strip. Elemental strip of thickness dx, again same principle, of thickness dx, okay, at a distance x from free end. Okay, let L be the total length of the bar. Let L be the total length of the bar. L be the total length of the bar. Consider an elemental strip of thickness dx at a distance x from free end. Okay. Now what we will do, we will find elongation of this elemental strip in the length dx. Okay. Elongation of this elemental strip dx. Okay. To find now we know that formula for the elongation of a bar, we know the formula. Okay, what is that? We know that extension is equal to extension of the bar delta is equal to, what is the formula? PL by AE. This is the formula. Okay. Now what we will do? We will find elongation of the elemental strip. To find the elongation of the elemental strip, we know what is the force P acting on the elemental strip. Correct, students? We should know what is the total force or total weight which is acting on this elemental strip. What is the weight that is acting on the elemental strip? Whatever this portion is there, no? Whatever this portion is there, no? This whole portion weight is acting on this elemental strip. Okay, weight of this portion itself is the force which is acting on elemental strip. Now, how to calculate this weight? Question is how to calculate this weight. Okay, self weight. Okay, let us see. The load P is equal to the load or the self weight acting on elemental strip. Elemental strip is equal to P is equal to see weight I think you may be aware of the formula. The weight is nothing but it is the product of density into volume. Okay, here only I'll write. Okay, in the bracket, self weight or the weight. Okay, generalized formula for the weight is density into volume. Okay, density into volume will give weight of the element. Okay, let us take density as, let us gamma into, we need volume of this portion, hatched portion by the yellow line. Okay, hatched portion by yellow line. Okay, total volume of this yellow portion we need. How to calculate this total volume of yellow portion? We will calculate cross-sectional area multiplied by length x will give volume. Okay, finally you will get self weight. Are understanding, students? This is only the important step here. Okay, self weight, which is the force. Okay, the force which is acting on the elemental strip is the self weight of this yellow hatched portion. Okay, how to calculate the self weight? Self weight is nothing but density into volume. Density represented by the letter gamma into volume. How to calculate? If you know the cross section, okay, if you know the cross section of any element, okay, that cross sectional area multiplied by corresponding length will give. If I assume cross sectional area as A, okay, that cross sectional area multiplied by its length, okay, will give volume. Here the length of the portion, hatched portion is x. Okay, therefore A into x will give volume multiplied by density will give self weight. Okay, therefore the total load acting on this elemental strip is how much? Gamma into A into x. Understood, students, this step? Are you able to understand this step? How this gamma into A into x has come? Any doubts here? Okay. Now we got the equation for P. Then L is nothing but length of the elemental strip. L is equal to length of elemental strip. How much it is? What is length of elemental strip? It is dx. Okay. Cross-sectional area A you keep as it is. Young's modulus you keep as it is. Therefore, extension of the elemental strip is equal to force P. It is known. It is nothing but the self weight of the bar, which is there below the elemental strip. It is gamma into A into x. Gamma into A into x into L is dx divided by A into E. Now A get cancelled in numerator and denominator. The remaining equation is delta strip is equal to gamma into x into dx divided by E. Now we got the equation for elongation of the elemental strip. If you want to calculate the total elongation, what the thing? What we have to do, students? We have to integrate again. Therefore, total elongation due to self weight delta is equal to integration from 0 to L gamma into x into dx divided by E. Gamma and E are the constants. Take them outside the integration. Gamma by E into integration from 0 to L x dx. Integration of x is what? What is integration of x? It is x square by 2. Limits from 0 to L. Therefore, delta is equal to applying the limit gamma L square divided by 2E. That's it. Derivation is over. Very simple. See, only in two steps. only in 2 steps you can do this derivation. First step is to calculate the elongation of the elemental strip, integrating from 0 to L. In the second step, you will get the equation for total elongation due to sulfate. Okay, elongation of the elemental strip. First, you need to calculate the total force acting on the elemental strip, P. Okay, that P will be equal to the total weight of this hatched portion by yellow line. Okay, the total weight of hatched portion will be equal to density into volume. Density, we will take it as gamma. Volume is calculated as area multiplied by length. Cross-sectional area multiplied by length. A is the cross-sectional area and X is the length up to the elemental strip. A into X into gamma will give sulfate. And length of the, now we got the equation for P. Okay, that is rho AX. Then next, L is nothing but length of the elemental strip, that is dx. Just substitute. Okay, you will get the equation for elongation of the elemental strip. Okay, if you want to get the total elongation, integrate it from 0 to L, you will get the equation for total elongation due to sulfate. Any doubts, students, here? Understood? Understood, students? Owen? Bharat? Any doubts here?
No, sir.
Okay. See, definitely there is going to be one derivation in your VTU examination. Definitely, I'm telling. So understand each and every derivation properly. Okay, all are easy only if you understand it properly. Okay. Next, coming to the last derivation. Now we have determined equation for elongation of the bar having uniform cross section. Okay. The second derivation in this elongation due to sulfate is just write down. Second derivation. Elongation of bar. Elongation of bar of uniformly varying cross section. Okay, due to sulfate. Elongation of bar of uniformly varying cross section due to sulfate. Okay. Now, in this derivation, the bar is having uniform cross section throughout its length. Okay. Now we will derive the equation for a bar having uniformly varying cross section throughout the length. Okay. For that, I'll write the figure. Okay, students. Now, in the previous case, the bar was having uniform cross section. Now it is uniformly varying with the length. Okay, similarly here also consider, as usual, consider an elemental strip again. Having thickness dx and thickness dx at a distance x from the free end. At a distance x from the free end. Let L be the total length of the bar. That will be the total length of the bar. Okay, let us assume it is having a circular cross section. Initially it is having the diameter d. Okay, diameter d, and diameter that goes on reduces with the length. It will be 0 on the other end. Diameter will be 0 on the other end. Okay, now whatever the principle we have used to derive the equation for elongation of self weight of the bar having uniform cross section, same principle we need to use. Okay, only the calculation part will changes. That's it. Okay, you will get the different formula. Okay, consider a uniformly tapering bar having a circular cross section. Okay, which is uniformly tapering from 0 to L. Also consider an elemental strip of thickness dx at a distance x from free end. Okay, I'll let the first here also say 2 steps. One is to calculate the extension of the elemental strip. That is the first step. Second step, by integrating from 0 to L, you will get the total extension of the bar. Okay, total extension of the bar. Okay, I'll write the same formula. We know that same formula. Okay, extension is equal to delta is equal to PL by AE. We know that extension is equal to delta is equal to PL by AE. Okay, now we will calculate extension of the elemental strip. To calculate the elemental extension of the elemental strip, we should know what is the force acting on the elemental strip. We should know length of the elemental strip. Length it is now dx. Now we will calculate this P. Okay, the total weight acting on this elemental strip. Okay, P is equal to R the load in the bracket self weight acting on elemental strip. Students, I will continue this class for 10 more minutes. After that, you can join for Ganesh sir class. Okay, I already informed the Ganesh sir at exactly 3:30. You can attend the Ganesh sir class. Okay, so otherwise this derivation becomes half. That is why I requested him to give 10 more extra minutes. I'll be continuing up to 3:30. Okay, that is P. Okay, self weight acting on elemental strip P is equal to, what is the self weight? I'll write it in the bracket. Self weight is equal to density multiplied by volume. Density multiplied by volume. Density is what? Nothing but gamma into, we need volume of this conical portion. Okay, if I write one more diagram for this portion. Okay, I have written cut portion here. Okay, cut portion here. Now let us assume diameter at the section or diameter of the elemental strip as D. Diameter of the elemental strip as D. Okay, here initially we have assumed this diameter as D only. No? Let us take this as D, capital D. Okay, so let us change the notation. Let us take the initial diameter at the starting point as capital D and at the elemental strip small d. Okay, so diameter here it is D. Okay, now we want to calculate this weight of this conical shape of the element. Okay, now weight is nothing but density multiplied by volume. Now I want this volume of this cone. Okay, how to calculate the volume, students? How to calculate the volume? See, you calculate the cross-sectional area here. Okay, cross-sectional area of the circle. Okay, it is nothing but, I'll write here, one third of area into height. Okay, what is area of the triangle? Half BH, no? Area of the triangle, half BH, no? Half into B into H. Similarly, the volume of a cone is one third into area into H. Remember, students, one third into area into H. Okay, therefore gamma into one third area of the base is how much? Pi d square by 4 into, here H is nothing but X. Okay, into X. Understood, students? This step is very important. Therefore, the final equation is gamma into one third pi d square by 4 into X. Understood, students? Is that clear? How that volume is calculated? Okay. Now we got the equation for P. Then length of the elemental strip. Length of elemental strip is equal to L is equal to what? Dx. Okay, length of the elemental strip is dx. Therefore, extension of the elemental strip is equal to, therefore, extension of the elemental strip is equal to delta strip is equal to PL by AE. P is gamma into one third pi d square by 4 into x into L is dx into dx divided by AE. A is again cross sectional area, pi d square by 4 pi d square by 4 into E. Okay, now at numerator and denominator, this pi d square by 4 will get cancelled. Okay, will get cancelled. Therefore, the remaining term is delta strip is equal to gamma into, okay, gamma into x divided by 3 into E into dx. Okay, this gamma into x into dx in the numerator, in the denominator 3 into E. Okay, now you got the expression for extension of the elemental strip. If you want to calculate the total extension, integrate, that's it. Okay, therefore total extension of the bar is equal to integration from 0 to L gamma x by 3e into dx. Constants you take outside, gamma by 3e are the constants, variables are 0 to L x dx. Okay, gamma by 3e x square by 2 limits from 0 to L. Okay, applying the limits, what you will get? Gamma by 3e, okay, into L square by 2 minus 0. So therefore, the total extension delta is equal to gamma L square by 6e. So this is the final expression for extension of or elongation of uniformly tapering bar due to self weight. If you got any doubts in this derivation, you can ask students.
Yes,
In
sir.
2 steps, you can
Extension of
perform.
elemental strip.
Yes. Huh?
Extension of elemental strip. Once again, explain, sir.
Just a minute. I'm not able to hear. Tell me.
Extension of elemental strip.
ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸಲ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ನಾ? You want me to explain once again? Yes. ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸಲ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕೇನಪ್ಪ ಅದನ್ನ.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, Pawan. I'll tell. Okay. Extension of elemental strip. Okay, we know the formula. It is PL by AE. Okay, PL by AE is the formula. Now what we have to do? We have to substitute P, force P, which is acting on the elemental strip. What is the force P acting on the elemental strip? Area of this self weight of this portion. Okay, self weight of this portion is the force P which is acting on this elemental strip. So we need to calculate this self weight. Okay, I written a separate figure of this portion here. Okay, self weight is nothing but density into volume. It is a standard formula you need to remember, students. Density multiplied by volume will give weight always. Okay, density I denoted it by gamma. Okay, into volume is calculated as volume of this cone. Now how to calculate this? The formula is half into 1/3 of area of base into height will give volume of this cone. Understanding? Area of triangle is half into base into height. No, similarly area of this cone or volume of this cone will be 1/3, 1/3 into area of base into height. Okay, so 1/3 AH formula written here. So where A is area of the base. Area of the base, you know the diameter. If you know the diameter, you can calculate the area. That is pi d square by 4. Where h is the height. Okay, height h is nothing but it is x. It is having height x. Okay, into x. Okay, by this you will get the self weight P. Okay, you will get the force P, means the weight of the bar acting on this elemental strip. Okay, so you got the expression for P, that is gamma into 1/3 into pi d square by 4 into x. Same thing I have written here. Okay, now you got the expression for P, where L is length of elemental strip, that is dx. Okay, that is dx. P is known, L is known, where area of the elemental strip at this cross section is pi d square by 4 at here. Okay, area is pi d square by 4. So substituting all the values, so P into L divided by AE. P is this formula. Okay, P is this formula. I substituted here into L is dx. I substituted the dx formula here. Dx formula divided by AE is there. No, A is nothing but area of cross section at here. Here it is pi d square by 4 only into E. Cancelling by doing this, you will get cancellation of both numerator and denominator. Finally, you will get this expression. Pawan, understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. After that, you need to do the integration. If you do the integration, you will get this final expression. Okay. So, see, for your internal, whatever the notes I shared now, you need to read the full notes. Okay. So you may get any questions. Okay. During your preparation, if you get any doubts, you can contact me. Okay, to get clarified with your doubts. I'll take the attendance, students. Be online.